I've never had this happen before, but this could potentially be the sketchiest location I've ever filmed. I'll explain why, so keep watching and come along with me. Now, the owner told me when he acquired this property that there was actually people living inside, and they asked the police to come here to get them out. The police actually refused to go inside. Now, even though they have made attempts to seal up the building and lock it up, people keep breaking inside. On top of that, this is also a known location for drug activity, so there's a good likelihood we might not be the only ones here, and this could potentially be a very dangerous location and situation depending on who and what we do come across. But we do have multiple buildings, so we're working one building at a time, starting with this one over here and ending up with the main building behind us here. So it's going to be a all-day explore for us. I'm going to try to only share the highlights with you, and if you do keep watching until later in the video, I will share the history of this property and what the future plans are as well. Okay, we're inside the first building here, but since it is a potentially dangerous location and also have a individual who likes to explore with me, I did bring Lily with me, and this time special guest, her boyfriend Brandon, so they're going to be joining me today as we do explore this entire property. But we are inside the first floor, main entrance, and don't know what to expect, so we're just going to kind of wander about, see what we do find. We do have a listing here, so it's 3 floors obviously. There's some doctor's offices. So these are, I was lacking the term in the old Pittston Hospital, these are going to be exam rooms for some of these. Yeah, just like right here. Almost looks like a dental chair. Christmas tree, so Christmas means it's officially abandoned. And a lot of stuff left behind in here. Looks like those are all disposal containers for needles. And yeah, there's some syringes and needles in there. I'm not going to touch those. So that building right there, hopefully we could get into it. I think it might be connected to this building as well. Now this building and this property, as you're going to learn, was later used as something different besides a hospital. So I'm not sure exactly what areas, but we're going to come across some areas that may look similar to a hospital, but were used for something different after the hospital closed. So this wing of the building heading to the right, basically a bunch of empty offices and exam rooms. So it would have been most likely some different practices down here. Coming across about our 3rd receptionist window here. This would have been a waiting room. Each waiting room has its own bathroom, and I believe this would take us back out to the main entrance right here. Yeah, so basically went in a circle kind of behind here. Everything's interconnected with hallways and different rooms. So depending on the patient and what they're coming for, obviously they go to their own specific area, check in, and wait to be seen in one of the many exam rooms. We came up to the top floor. We're going to work our way down just to see what it has to offer, but most likely it's going to be a repeat of things we were coming across. Looks like there's a safe someone was trying to get into, and they did. So this is top floor. Main entrance would be at the bottom, and stairwell access over there, elevator access here. So we're 3 floors up from the ground level. Any equipment left behind?
There's a vacuum cleaner in the other room.
A vacuum. Another stairwell there. Down to floor number 2. Free N95 masks and COVID tests. Please feel free to take what you need. I always wonder what these are for. I see them at my doctor's office. I don't know if it's depending on the type of visit that you're here for, it alerts them, or if like someone's in the room or not. So if you have any information on what those mean for the medical staff, comment down below. All right, Mr. JP, will you have a seat on the table? I'd like to examine you. Actually, if you could lay down. Well, it's not the most comfortable, but for how little time you're laying here, I guess it serves its purpose. Yes, can I help you? Your name? I don't see it here. What are you here for? Oh, we don't do those type of exams here. You may want to check the other building. You're welcome. Have a good day. So there are cases here of at-home COVID tests. 2 tests per box. It expires 5/31/23, so they're about 3 years old. So that's first floor. We're not going to go down to the basement or lower level, which should give us access to another building. This actually goes down pretty deep.
Oh no!
Oh, come on.
What?
This is boarded and like screwed shut. Ice cream scoop?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a spoon maybe so someone can't hurt themselves, I think.
Yeah.
It's like a safety spoon. So we couldn't find access down from the one stairwell, but the main stairwell did bring us down. Oh, the elevator's open. So we're on the ground level. The basement floor is about 3 feet beneath me, so it can't go anywhere. But it's too bad it's not running. It would be neat to at least send it up with the camera. Okay, so this is going to play a part in the history here. Remember that name, Just Believe Recovery Center. It's an old style television, probably from the 90s, early 2000s, Sylvania. Love is all you need, and this room down here is trashed. Like some art pieces as well. Attention all clients, no use of any nicotine or tobacco products in this building. Includes cigarettes, cigars, vapes, and e-cigs. It's like somebody was dropping something out of these air conditioning vents. They're all open like this. That's a little creepy. So that connects to a building behind us. I think they're in here. Oh, I think that's what we saw from the blocked off door. Fireplace right here. They got some TVs, karaoke machine. Probably a library. Like a day room or activity room. And that's the door we couldn't get through, so now we know our orientation. Mechanical room right there. God damn it.
What'd you do?
It won't close all the way. All right, the doctor will see you now. That failed. Everything's labeled: towels, gowns, fitted sheets, flat sheets, transfer belts, meal trays. There's a little kitchenette area here. We've got a tiny electric burner, stove, and sink area. And we have a calendar. Let's find the year. And one thing Lo pointed out, this has the same basically days that we have right here. We just had a Friday the 13th in March. That is a 2020 calendar, 6 years ago. So this is the building we just came from. We've got this connecting hall. Marion Hall this direction. Well, there is steps going down. Oh, there's power in this building. Lights are on. Yeah. Well, we made access unconventionally, but we're in. Office right here. And there is power down here and a lot of artwork as well. Look at this whole thing is all marked up with names and dates. Most likely residents. This is an art room. There's all masks and paints and markers. What do you think? Good luck? Lil, come here a second.
Where are you?
Down here.
Don't play with me.
Studio rules. Clean up your area, put all materials you use away. Make sure a hot glue gun is unplugged. Unfinished work goes on drying rack. Close cabinet doors. There, like we were never here. Smells really moldy in here. It's all cubicles, filing cabinets, and some outdated air conditioners. Royal Companion check signer and dater. Hedman 6000 F&E check writer out of Dallas, Pennsylvania. I never saw that before. It's pretty heavy as well. Holy crap. Look at this floor. These are creamers. Coffee creamers. This must be the pantry kitchen area. Is all potato chips in all these little containers. There's like well over 500 little coffee creamers. Some bottled water, and I hear a piano. I guess they found a piano somewhere. Let's see what they're getting into. That floor is really sticky too from the coffee creamers. Oh, it's only you. I thought it was haunted. So they actually have a full stage in here. This is like an auditorium.
The stairs are sketchy.
This looks like a little area where they would sell some snacks and some food. Yeah, they got the hot plates there, electric burner, so concession stand. Wonder what kind of shows they put on here. It could have been talent shows or little productions of something. So what's today's production?
Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors? All right, I want front row seat. And there's a concession stand over here, so give me some goodies. Shh. It says meditations in progress.
I'm reading a sign.
Shh. Is that a drill?
Yeah,
That still works. Holy crap.
barely, but yeah.
There's a photocopied letter here if you want to pause to read it. It's a bit sad, but most likely it was from a resident that was here. We completed that building. We completed the building behind it. Now I'm going to try to do this powerhouse, old boiler house here, complete with the stack. And then last but not least, this massive 5-story building. We got a bicycle boiler room door and multiple other doors, including a wheelchair out here too. Okay, unfortunately we don't have keys or access to the powerhouse, the boiler plant. It is locked up pretty good. I was hoping to see at least maybe the old furnace or boilers for the stack, but we've seen those in other locations. Not a big deal that we can't get in here. So after filming, I got in touch with the property manager and I came back a different day. He told me how to get inside. And this is inside now the boiler house or power plant. It's a different day, daytime out, and we're downstairs below ground level, about 10 feet down. And this is where the heart of the whole property used to be powered by. The bottom of the stack is down there. You can see it's manufactured out of New York City. But a lot of equipment, but one particular piece does stand out to me more than the others, which you're going to see in just a moment. But there's various pumps, water heaters, generators, a lot of different piping and filters and everything else. But we're going to be walking up to a boiler. It's one of two of them that are down here. And when I saw the name on it, I almost couldn't believe my eyes because it's a place that we documented recently on an abandoned exploration where someone was living inside. These two boilers here were manufactured by the International Boiler Works out of East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. You may remember that place where someone was making noise upstairs. They had a black curtain, blocked out the windows, tried to scare me out of there. Well, these two boilers came from that facility. You see a lot of conduit and piping leading along the walls. And I got excited thinking this is an underground tunnel system. It's not. It's more or less a crawl space. But this does lead underneath the parking lot and connects to the main hospital building. Nothing more than just a crawl through, but a lot of conduit, steam pipes, and electrical connections. And then we have a Caterpillar 3300 generator here. This would supply power to the boiler house. If it did lose power, this would be able to supply the equipment the necessary power to keep running even during a power outage. So it's neat to get inside here, take a look around, see what some of the old equipment looked like. But the East Stroudsburg International Boiler Works equipment definitely stood out to me the most. But we do have access to this monstrosity. There's a whole separate wing here, and then, well, all of that up here too. So this is a really large building. I think our plan is to maybe go up to the top and work our way down. Okay, we climbed 5 flights of steps. This is considered 5 floors, I believe, but on the back side of that, it did say number 4. So maybe there's a level above us that we don't have access to here. So the last building we came from obviously seemed pretty safe, pretty ordinary, pretty bland and boring in some points. But here, there's a better likelihood that we're gonna find some interesting things. Hopefully not people, but this is the building that people were living in. So we need to be on guard. There's lots of closed doors and there's a lot of hazards as well. It's pretty trashed up here. So we're gonna proceed cautiously together. We're gonna go through each entire floor. I'm not gonna show you everything because this will be a 4-hour video, but we're gonna give you some highlights and some more interesting things to focus on rather than just repeat after repeat of each individual floor. So I've got a nurse's desk right here. All these are patient rooms. Looks like they removed the call lights up above them. They're all just plates now. And just to show you what they look like, they all have a bathroom and then the main room. This could hold up to 2 beds. It's got the pull chain for the lights. TV would have been probably right there. And decent view. So like the other building, parts of this building were also used by Just Believe Recovery Center. And this is a office right here. So again, that name does play importance. We're going to talk about the history pretty soon. So if you're wondering, just keep watching. We're going to cover it shortly. More Christmas. Oh, here they do have the call lights. They're still in place here. So if the patient rings for the nurse, it calls at the station and blinks out here. Here's the old stainless steel speaker intercom system. Yeah, so if you're wondering what it's like up here with the lights off, it's, you know, a little bit of light, not much. Put your light behind you there, Brandon. There we go. So that's basically what we see. The camera's making a little bit brighter, but stairwell was pitch dark. No electricity as far as we know up here. Always believe something wonderful is about to happen. Got a 2-tone exam table. Looks like maybe for gynecology. It's got stirrups on it. Do not enter. Death inside. Okay, let's go.
They want to be walking dead.
So this is the part of the hospital. There's going to be a floor above us. And different color doors and walls in here too. So this may or may not be part of the Just Believe Center. A lot of Christmas decorations, so we know what that means. Okay, so we came upon a barricaded door here, which I don't know if it's just to deter people or if there actually is someone there. Is anyone inside? We're just documenting the building. If you're here, let us know. All right, so just for curiosity's sake, to make sure no one was in here that needed help, I did open the door. It smells like cigarettes in here. There's a sofa, there's an American flag hanging here. There is a table with some garbage, but there's no one in here. But I just wanted to make sure no one needed help. So we're not gonna go beyond the door, but just wanted to show you. We did check just in case someone was passed out or something like that. I like the teal color in here. So there's looking where we just came from. But we're still not on the top floor. We have to go up one more level. So I think we found a little kitchen area for nurses to provide some snacks or little bites to eat for patients. It's got an ice cream cooler, looks like a pizza oven, a regular microwave toaster oven right there. All right, now we're at level 5. Okay, so this is 5th floor. This is as far as right we could go. Patient changing rooms, exam rooms. So nothing really worth seeing down here. There is roof access above us, but the door is locked, so we couldn't get up on the roof, at least from here. So the only direction we could go is straight ahead. So each floor does have dual elevators, one there, larger one here. That's probably for the patient's beds to bring them up to their room. Wound care is where we just came from.
Surgery's done this way.
Surgery, no admittance. So maybe we'll find the OR. This is all tile. This looks a little freaky, not gonna lie. So little nurses station right here. We're gonna check each and every room to see if we can find a surgical suite. Only non-flammable anesthetic agents in use. This might be an OR room. No equipment, but definitely gives off that feel and vibe. That's a timer, I believe. Evacuation, nitrous oxide, vacuum, and oxygen, and then 120 volts. Those are all hookups. So 4 rooms up here, almost identical to each other, with small differences. This one though, looks like it has a viewing room where they could watch the procedure through there, and they have a roll down shade if they don't want people watching. We're down on the 4th floor, directly beneath the operating rooms, which are just above us on this corner of the building. Just wanted to show you this day room here. That, I believe, is a chapel area. We have yet to get into that. Looks like access to that might be the 2nd floor. So that's still yet to come. Oh, wow. Someone was living here. So this is the same floor as that room that smelled like tobacco and cigarettes, which is actually just through these doors to the right. So it's close proximity down there. And back this way is that kitchen area with the pizza oven and the ice cream cooler. So now we know where we are as far as orientation on the 4th floor. So I don't think we need to check out anything else here. We're going to proceed down to the 3rd floor, and they're going to tell you the history of this property. April 2022. Forgive yourself for not knowing better at the time. Forgive yourself for giving away your power. Forgive yourself past behaviors. Forgive yourself for the survival patterns and traits you picked up while enduring trauma. Forgive yourself for who you needed to be loved. When the road gets hard, have a little faith. That was 2020. Keep your head up. Kindness. Keep your head up, princess. Your crown is falling. So we found this gathering area, complete with some sofas and some love seats and carpeting. So we're going to take a little siesta here to give our feet a rest, but more importantly to share with you the history of this property because, well, I'm sure many of you have been waiting to hear the details behind it. Obviously, we already know it's a hospital, but it's more than just that. And I'm also going to share with you what the future plans are. This was known as Marion Community Hospital in Carbondale, Pennsylvania. It was a long-standing healthcare institution with roots dating back to the 1920s, serving the region for 87 years before closing in 2012. The institution began in a private house at Washington Street, known as Carbondale City Hospital in 1908. It was later taken over by the IHM Sisters in 1925. It then became St. Joseph's Hospital and moved to a new building here at Lincoln Ave on July 3rd, 1929. It was operated by the Sisters, Servants of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, which is IHM, of Scranton. St. Joseph's Hospital merged with the former Carbondale General Hospital in 1992 to become Marion Community Hospital. The IHM Sisters expanded the facility over decades, adding the Marion Hall Nursing School, which we actually saw that earlier, a convent, and expanding the patient tower. It was the last remaining acute care hospital in Carbondale when it closed February 2012 after 87 years of operation, driven by debt, declining demand, aging equipment, and financial pressures. The hospital owed at least $19 million in debt when it closed. Now, this is where things change course with what we saw earlier. The Just Believe Recovery Center, a drug and alcohol rehabilitation clinic, opened in the space in May 2015, before eventually being evicted from the property about 7 years later, so 2022. That's pretty close to what we've seen on some market boards and calendars. The Recovery Center takes up what used to be the emergency room and surgical center of Marion Community Hospital. Today, the new owner plans on utilizing the buildings for both medical offices and mixed-use businesses, with possibly more plans coming in the future. So primarily what we're seeing today is renovations and changes that were done for the Just Believe Rehabilitation Center. So although it still looks and operates like a hospital, we have some personal touches, some reconfiguration, some different uses of rooms from what they were originally intended for. So nothing operated here after 2022 once that Just Believe business or operation left here. So this has been sitting vacant, empty, abandoned for 4 years now as of the making of this video. But the entire property, grounds are all privately owned now, with permission from the owner. He did grant us the allowance and permission to come here and explore it fully before they start cleaning it out, renovating it, and renting it out to some new businesses and medical offices. So hopefully that lets you have a better understanding as to what we're looking at, why some things look different than what you maybe remember them as a hospital, and how they were transformed for a similar practice for rehabilitation instead of a medical facility, specifically what it was intended for. We're down here on the second floor now, and just wanted to show you this incredible tree that was painted here in the hallway. It's got all handprints and dates and names, so it's called Hands of Hope. It's pretty nice. Probably was important to the individuals who created it. So down here again, repeat. There's another tree right here. Repeat of patient rooms. Most of them pretty empty. I'm looking for like some hospital beds or something, but so far we haven't come across anything. Just to show you another example. Yeah, all the HVAC units are stripped, but just empty hospital patient rooms. This is another wing, which don't know where it goes, but it goes for quite a ways. So this floor is also being used as Just Believe Recovery.
Just Believe's greedy as hell.
Yeah, they took over a good portion of this. I was surprised how much they acquired of this property to make a recovery center. So it was a pretty big operation when it was open. So we have another double doors here, authorized personnel only.
You can go figure it out.
And it's pretty trashed down here. So I do know what I'm calling the chapel or convent area is connected below us, one floor down, because I did see roof access out the one window. So we're going to be able to get to that. Plus there should be a basement to this as well. Patient rooms, which are turned into offices. Now it is a bit disappointing, we're talking off camera, that a lot of the original hospital stuff is not here. That's to be expected because it didn't stay closed as a hospital, it's closed as a recovery center. So we're not seeing truly the old hospital, but we are still walking in the old hospital. The same layout, the same areas are still there, they're just used for different purposes now. But no medical equipment, no things left behind from the old hospital except for like a couple exam tables and stuff like that. So some areas are a bit underwhelming, but we're not done yet. We still have I think 2 floors below us, including the basement. So not giving up hope. I am appreciative to be here and to see this place. I've never been here before. And hopefully if you are from the area and you either maybe worked here or taken care of here, this brings back some great memories. Okay, we're down here at first floor. It is pretty dark down here.
Oh
And Lil does not like the dark, but so far so good. But we got plenty of lights. I actually have probably about 6 flashlights with me as backups. Oh, this is like a training area, or like a classroom. There's mold in here though.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, this reminds me of a classroom, almost like a laboratory, or I don't know. Classroom is the best way to describe it. Just noticed, look at the door hardware, skeleton keyhole.
I thought you.
Oh, here's the main entrance. That is the main entrance. We'll take a look at the outside later. We'll walk around the entire thing. Elevator bank right there. Floor is blue, but just want to show you it is fairly dark down here too. So we're leaving this area, heading to a corridor, which I think is going to take us to what I'm calling the convent.
Oh, Lord.
Oh yeah, this is that rotunda.
Rotunda?
Yeah, like the circular area. Oh, this is really nice. Wow. Stained glass and everything. The altar's here. It's nice to see it's pretty well preserved in here. It's not that bad, comparatively speaking. Hymns. They're all numbered. Tabernacle hymns. Actually, padded pews in here too. Quite comfy. We got the knee rest. This is my favorite part of the building so far. I'm glad we were able to find this and see that's incredibly well intact and preserved. But I did see steps going down beneath this, so I'm curious as to where that goes. So we're going to check that out next. That might be the basement of this entire property. There's a door that's duct taped. There's a stairwell here. Anyone in here? This is still the same area of the rotunda chapel area. It's a pretty ornate door. Oh, look at that. We got roof access. This roof, I don't know how stable it is, so I'm not going to go too close to the edge. So that's where we just came from, right there. So there is something beneath us. So we still have yet to go down there. I do see a vent down there for like a kitchen, like a hood for a stove range. So quick side note, we were just out on the roof with the couch there. I was showing those two the view, and Brandon was just looking around and a lady yells, "Whoa, the police don't want people up there." I'm like, "We have permission to be here." She goes, "On the roof?" I said, "The entire property." She didn't say anything else after that. She may or may not be calling the police, but we have proof and phone number contacts to talk to the owner and their employees. We are fully allowed to be here despite what the neighbors may think. They obviously don't know we have permission, but if cops do come, I'm not the least bit concerned. If anything, it'll make the video more interesting. All right, now this is looking a little more sketch. So we are 1 floor down beneath the chapel, but there's still, I think, 1 or 2 floors beneath us. This is not the bottom level. But it looks like signs that people have been residing here. So we're just gonna repeat what we did upstairs, investigate, see if there's anything exciting. There's like a whole nother wing down here. This might be back to the main hospital area. and then go from there. But we still have at least 1 or 2 more floors beneath us, what I did see in the stairwell. Okay, so now this is beneath the chapel upstairs. You can see the rounded off room. Oh, this is almost like a little restaurant. There's booths here. Like a little cafe area. Yeah, it looks like you would, yeah, looks like you would drop off your trays right there maybe. It's probably the kitchen. Yep, here it is. Oh, look at this, like a time capsule. Look at the wallpaper and the green tile. It's vintage compared to what we've seen. Yeah, it's really neat. So we saw doors on the outside for physical therapy. That's where we are. This was in relation to what we saw outside, physical therapy entrance. This is trash down here. That tiled room. Oh, there's a pool table. 2 of them.
Is there balls with it?
No. I mean, recreation room. If you like tile and green, this is the room for you. Oh, there's
There are coffee pots here.
there's foosball here too. It's a full recreation room. Really green though. As far as I'm aware, this is the bottom floor of the hospital, but I'm not positive. I do know there's floors beneath that one wing.
There's no power here, right? So I can't get electrocuted?
No, there's exercise equipment. Yeah, there's a whole gym here. Looks like they got the Bowflex. That is an actual Bowflex. I remember seeing the infomercials for those. Okay, cafeteria is down here and vending. G for ground level, I'm guessing. I do smell oil down here, like for an oil furnace. That actually says generator. It might be from in there. Oh yeah, look at this baby. This would power the building during a power outage.
Yeah.
Big diesel engine. Is there a date on that filter? 2009. Okay, cafeteria, breakfast 7:30 to 9, lunch 11:30 to 1, dinner 4:30 to 6. You must wear a face mask. So this was during COVID times, as we already know. And it is a moldy, moldy room. Kitchen right here. So here you can see there was some appliances or tables or something that were mounted and installed there, which have been removed. And it is moldy. Wow, big kitchen. Holy crap. Massive room here. Large kitchen. Well, large hospital. Here's the walk-in coolers. Stainless steel. Hobart. So they get brought in right here. They'd slide them in right down the table, wash off the large chunks, send them through the automatic washer to the drying table right there. Brandon found the laundry room, and the neat thing with these is these are all movable dividers and like filing areas. So we're now beneath the restaurant area, beneath the chapel, 2 floors down. We know that because we're at the rounded off corner right here. And if we look outside, we were up on the roof, just out there, when the lady was yelling to us, saying the cops don't like people here. So just for orientation, that's what we're looking at. But this is essentially 2 floors down from the chapel. All right, we're going down yet another level. I think this is the bottom floor. This would be 3 floors beneath the chapel. And we're still under that wing of the building. This looks pretty old down here. All the tiles actually lifted up off the floor. Oh, there's like a pit here. Look at that. There's like kitchen equipment here laying in sludge. This looks like a dental chair almost.
This is the surgery supplies room.
Yeah, there's some exam tables here. Look at the old little counter area. That's dated. Moldy down here, drop ceilings. It says surgical supplies. So this is the farthest underground wing that we have here. And when we're outside, I will show you orientation as to where we are. But we are completely beneath the surface right now. I think above us somewhere would be the game room. But looks like it's just pretty old, unused areas. It says materials management down here. Oh, this is a laundry chute. Yeah, so they could drop down from upstairs somewhere. Wilkinson Chutes Incorporated out of Akron, Ohio. So we're now one floor up. I just noticed there's two chutes, rubbish and soiled linens. And they had a foot pedal to push it to open it, but they have it screwed shut. But now we know where they would have came from.
Be careful.
Just found a room which could be an X-ray or MRI room because there's a main room here, and then there's this little area for the employee to come to be protected from the radiation, I'm guessing. Yeah, there's even lead vest right there, so we just confirmed that. So the worker could be right here, making sure the patient's lying still as they get the X-ray or MRI. And we found roof access. Well, here's some views. Got employee parking lot right there. And this is the top of the 4th floor building, so the top of the 5th floor over there, the roof doors were locked, so we couldn't get up. But I think we could get up right there. So here's a great view looking upon what we just explored today. You can see all right down into downtown, even the Hotel Anthracite down there. And like I mentioned, this is on a hill, so rising in elevation and lowering in elevation. And there is the main entrance right there. So now we know why we couldn't come outside from inside. They're bolted shut. That's the top of the stairwell. We have a mechanical room here. And the tallest point is the elevator shaft. This has probably got to be the best view in Carbondale. And if we look down, we should be able to see the roof we were on before with the couch. Where's it at? Oh, it's on, oh, there it is. Right down there. So if you remember earlier, I was explaining how I was walking inside multiple floors beneath the surface. It was that wing right there. So we went in there and down, I think, 1 to 2 additional floors, where I think we were about 3 floors beneath the chapel area, which is right here. So hopefully it helps put it into better perspective. But the boiler plant right there, that wing there, chapel area here, and then the multiple floors beneath the chapel. They're almost as tall as the stack right here. I can't look over the edge myself. I'm too nervous. But $1 million view up here. Curious if you can see inside the elevator room. But look what's behind this door. The elevator right here, roof access. Call button right there.
You open the door?
No, I don't think it'll. No, it won't open. Wonder if this is like the mechanics or powerhouse for the elevator. Possibly. I mean, it's right next to the elevator shaft. Okay, so we actually did find an open door for the elevator tower. And we're gonna attempt to get up to see where the mechanics are. Yeah, right there. The big cable pulley system. So this is what powers it. The elevator shaft is right to our right, because outside that door was the door where I opened it up, and the elevator door was right there. So now we know what it looks like for the operation area of the elevators, for those who are wondering, at least for this one. And this will take you right to the top above the elevator, and I am not climbing up there. We're now back on ground level outside here. Those two are waiting in the car. I just wanted to give you some exterior views to show you what we were working with from inside compared to outside. See a exhaust pipe right there is probably the generator that we saw. There was a side entrance here. It's got the logo for the Just Believe Recovery Center. Would have been a sign there for the hospital. Maybe emergency entrance over here, possibly? Not sure. And as we walk down Lincoln Street here, we now get a clear view as to where we were and orientation of the buildings. Like we were at these dead ends over here. We're obviously up on the roof looking down, but it is a grand old building and held a lot of patients back in the day. But we know as the last few years that was declining, where I think they had less than 70 patients that they were taking care of in here in its final days. Could just imagine that these doors have seen a lot over the decades. People possibly coming in here and never leaving, and new families being started coming out these doors with newborns. Looks like there was some ornate concrete work that has fallen and crumbled down, which has basically pulverized that awning. But you can see there was some more up there at one time. And up on the very, very top, St. Joseph's Hospital. That's the hallway that connected the hospital to what I call the chapel, which is actually upstairs. Downstairs was that dining area with the booths and tables. And we're also beneath that, a few levels down, underground. That's part of the building we were in, where I said we were multiple floors beneath the surface. That's this on the left. And I was showing you this from the roof, because there's the fence right there. And it smells moldy down here. I think the art room is in here. And that hallway right there is where we had to climb through the door window using the chairs. There's a really massive facility though, and we were right up there beneath that cross for the elevator tower. Got here about 11:30 today. It's just shy of 3:30. Nearly a 4-hour exploration, and I think we did a really thorough job with the help of Lil and Brandon. We scoured the entire place. I will say Lily was definitely out of her element, was scared at times, rightfully so. We knew there was a potential of some danger in sketchy areas, but thankfully we are unscathed, we're safe. But they were a great asset because they were able to check some rooms and help comb the area more efficiently. But I mean, we did each and every floor and hallway of that property building, and this one, which is in considerably better shape than everything else here. I think this is the building they want to renovate and open up first to tenants. So this one's going to be open first based on its better condition. Then that one will come in later time. But a pretty incredible property here. historically significant in the town of Carbondale, with patients that were treated here, nurses and doctors that worked here. And when they closed, you know, it left a void in the town because there's no immediate health care right here. They have to travel farther away. So with the owner bringing back some medical practices here, well, certain things can be dealt with back here in the town of Carbondale rather than having to travel outside of town. Did we come across anyone living inside? I think there is. We just didn't presently catch them or see them. Not to say catch them, but we didn't catch them upon surprise. That one room though, that was barricaded. I think they barricaded it to make it seem like eerie and spooky and creepy and sketchy. I don't think they want people going in there. I don't get spooked easily. I don't get creeped out easily. I was more curious as to if there's anyone inside because I smelled cigarette smoke. I wanted to make sure there's no one passed out that needed medical attention. If they did, I would have called for them. But I think we just missed them because it smelled pretty strong like nicotine, like cigarette smoke. So I think they're out for the day. I think they barricaded that room up to make it look like, you know, you don't want to go here, you don't know what's inside. But someone, I'm pretty confident, is living inside. If they're not, they're just coming there to hang out, maybe to do some recreational activities. But I will say the owners did a fantastic job sealing this place up because I was here in December to get some pictures and footage and scout it out. There were so many open doors and windows. I'm like, how are they going to take care of this? I mean, there's a million ways inside. Upon exploring it today, I only found 2 doors that were open, that were like propped open. I did close them. So as far as I know, everything is pretty much secured and sealed, but we're able to have keys to that building and the hospital, all thanks to the owner. So a big special thanks to the owner for allowing us to film this and the additional properties like the Pittston Hospital and the school in South Scranton and the old hotel in downtown Scranton. Hope to film a lot more in the future as he does acquire them, but without a doubt, would love to hear your thoughts. I tried to make this video as short as possible and I only focused on things I felt were important, but to contain 4 hours into a 30-minute video is not practical. I know a lot of people said that's my go-to watch time for videos, 30 minutes or less. It's impossible. And I didn't want to put out a multiple part series where people wouldn't even know about the additional parts. So everything was covered in one video. I trimmed it down as much as possible. This is what you're left with. And if you have to come back and watch it in parts, hopefully you're able to do so. And then not only learn the history, learn about when it was built, who owned it, the names that transferred over time, and what the future plans are. But I do know many of you have been asking for an abandoned exploration. Hopefully this satisfies that need. The only thing I'm disappointed with is that it's primarily empty. Mostly everything is gone. We found a few tables, a few pieces of equipment, able to identify certain rooms, but most of the equipment is gone. I'd say about 98% of the equipment's gone. And that most likely happened when the Just Believe Recovery Center took over. They probably cleared out what they didn't need, transferred it to other hospitals, maybe sold it off. So it's pretty empty, pretty bare bones, but we're able to still see what used to be, learn a lot about it, and show you what its condition is like here in 2026. So I want to thank you so very much for taking time out of your day, coming along to explore with me, Lil, and Brandon for this incredible location that did not disappoint. Although it could have been better, could have been much worse. So I have no complaints whatsoever, other than I wish there was more original equipment. But I'm not in a position to complain, so I feel very fortunate to be able to document this and share it with all of you before the changes do take place and this becomes a public facility once again. Take care, everyone. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.